Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Mrs. Rubina Kassar from Army Public School and College at Kent, and I welcome you all in ABSEC's online sport program. I am delivering my lecture of mathematics for class 7, week 3 and 4. Objectives of the topic are: the students will be able to understand the concept of inverse proportion, solve the problems of inverse proportion, find algebraic representation of inverse proportion. Now, definition of inverse proportion is: inverse proportion is a relationship between two quantities such that if one quantity increases, the other quantity decreases proportionally. Example: if you are going to Rawalpindi from Attock in a car with a speed of 60 km per hour, you reach Rawalpindi in 2 hours, but if you slow down the speed, it will take more time to reach Rawalpindi, and if you increase the speed of car, it will take less time to reach the. Now we start the exercise 1C, question number 5. 35 workers are employed to complete a construction project in 16 days. Before the project starts, the boss of the company is told that he needs to complete the project in 14 days. Assuming that all the workers work at the same rate, how many more workers he needs to employ in order to complete the project in time? First of all, we have to find out whether this question is related to direct proportion or inverse proportion. So we will write down the given information first. As 35 workers are needed to complete the project in 16 days, now days are reduced, so more workers will be needed to complete the project in time. As one quantity is decreasing and other is increasing, so the question is related to inverse proportion. We suppose required workers as x1 and number of days as y1. In the same way, we can say 35 workers as x2 and 16 days as y2. Now, according to the inverse proportion, x1 y1 is equal to x2 y2. x1 multiplied by 14 is equal to 35 multiplied by 16. Now, we will multiply 35 by 16. We will get 560. And 14 will be divided on the other side. So, we will get the answer 40 workers. It means that 40 workers are required to complete the project in 14 days. Now we have to find how many more workers are needed to complete the project in time. So we will subtract the previous workers from the new workers and we will get the. Students, you can also solve this question by algebraic representation. For this purpose, let number of workers is equal to W, number of days is equal to D. W is inversely proportional to D, so W will be equal to K over D. Now put the values of W is equal to 35 and D is equal to 16 in the above equation. We will get put the value of W35 is equal to K over 16. K will be equal to 35 multiplied by 16. K will be equal to 560. Now when D is equal to 14, we have to find the number of workers, put the value of D and K in the equation. W is equal to K over D. W is equal to 560 over 14. W is equal to 40 workers. Again, to find more workers that are required, we will subtract 35 from 40 and we will get the answer. Now question number 7, and I will use algebraic representation method to solve this question. You can use any method. Question number 7 is: at a sports camp, there is sufficient food for 72 athletes to last 6 days. If 18 athletes are absent from the camp, how many more days can the food last for the other athletes? State the assumption made. Let number of athletes is equal to A, number of days is equal to D. A is inversely proportional to D. A is equal to K over D. Now put the value of A is equal to 72 and D is equal to 6 in the above equation. 72 is equal to K over 6. K will be equal to 72 multiplied by 6 and K will be equal to 432. Now 18 athletes are absent, so we will subtract absent athletes from the total athletes to get the present athletes. Now A will be equal to 72 minus 18 is equal to 54. And we have to find D. Put the values of K and A in the equation. A is equal to K over D. 54 is equal to 432 over D. D will be equal to 432 over 54 and answer will be 8. As number of athletes decreases, so food will last for 8 days. To find more days, we will subtract previous days from new days and we will get. Dear students, exercise 1D is your 4th week assignment. I will solve only question number 1. You can easily solve all these questions if you understand this question. X is inversely proportional to y cube. X will be equal to k over y cube. When x is equal to 50, y is equal to 2. Put the values of x and y to get the value of k. 50 is equal to k over 2 cube. Cube of 2 is 2 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 2 is equal to 8. Now put this 50 is equal to k over 8. K will be equal to 50 multiplied by 8. K will be equal to 400. Now part 1. When y is equal to 4, you have to find the value of x. So we will put value of y and k in the above equation. X is equal to k over y cube. X is equal to 400 over 4 cube. Cube of y is 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4 is equal to 64. X is equal to 400 over 64. So value of x will be equal to 6.25. Now part 2. In part 2 we have to find equation connecting x and y. So put the value of k in the equation. X is equal to k over y cube. Answer will be x is equal to 400 over y cube. Part 3. When x is equal to 3.2, we have to find the value of y. Now put the value of x and k to find the value of y. X is equal to k over y cube. 3.2 is equal to 400 over y cube. Y cube is equal to 400 over 3.2. Y cube is equal to 125. Now to remove the cube, we will take cube root on both sides. Y cube root is equal to 124. Cube root of 125 is 5. So answer will be. Dear students, I think after the explanation of all these sums, you can solve the remaining assignments very easily. Best of luck. Allah Hafiz.